Today we will discuss about Route 53. Let me log into the console. Route 53 topic అయిందా అండి మొదలు మీకు Route 53 అవ్వలేదు కదా మీకు ఓకే So if you navigate to the search bar, in search bar you can type Route 53. So this is the dashboard for the Route 53. Route 53 is nothing but it is a DNS service, domain name service. Route 53 is a domain name service. So I'll just explain it now. For example, if you are having some business, okay, you are doing some business and you wanted to expand this business. So basically, let's say this is something some cloth business. Let's say this is cloth business, and offline you are selling the clothes to the people. But what after some days, what you thought, you wanted to expand your business and sell through online. Through online, if you sell, you will get more money. Your business will increase. Why? You will be selling to the many people. You will sell to the many people. So that's why if you are into some city, if your store is offline, then city-wide people will be coming to you and purchase your clothes. But whenever you are in some e-commerce platform, like if you have some website and from there if you are selling, then what happens? You will be at India level, for example country level or else world level. So people probability will be increased, right? So for that purpose, now this particular cloth showroom person wants website. He wants some website so that he can view his website and from there he can sell all his belongings. So initially what this person will do, if he wants some website, what he needs to do? He need to approach some organization. This owner should approach some organization who will provide services to this particular cloth showroom person. So what is this? This is something like organization like IBM, TCS. Let's assume here. So whatever the requirement he is having, he will go here, he will discuss with. So every organization has some sales team, okay, so they will contact the client and they will make some business to the organization. Okay, so once client will give all his requirements, then what these companies will do, they will quote some charges. They'll quote some charges for this particular plot showroom persons. So accordingly they will build the website. Who will build the website? So all the requirements will be taken by the architect, and architect will design the resources according to the business needs. He will draw the diagram for the resources, and from according to the diagram, as an engineer, you need to basically configure whole end to end. So this is a workflow, basic workflow for the website. So from where this companies will bring the website? So in AWS we are having a service called Route53. We are having a service called Route53. This is a platform which is providing by the AWS. Here you can buy the websites according to it. According to your requirement, you can buy the website. Further, what you need to do, you need to just come down here, register domains, or else here also you can see register domain. So, for example, this person, if he wanted to keep a name called some men's fashions. Okay, so he's selling his clothes, so he want website name as men's fashions. So just what as an engineer, what you need to do, you need to just come here and you need to check for that particular website name he is requesting for. So here it will check the availability for the domain. What it is telling, if you see here, mensfashion.com is not available. That means already this particular website name was taken by someone. Okay, so if anyone reserves the website name, you cannot take the same, right? Instead, they will give some suggestions with the same name. Okay, this particular mensfashions.com is not available, this name is not available. Instead, you can see these different names. Okay, so out of this, whatever we require, we can take. Out of these, whatever the name we are satisfied, we can choose those. And see here, according to the name, you can see the pricing per year. So mens.org is $14. Okay, mensfashions.io is $71. So in this way, they will be quote the price per year. If you want, you can just select them. You can just select and proceed to checkout. So AWS will be billing, charging you this much charge. So you need to pay for that if you go for that. So this is with respect to the AWS. So now what is this becomes? This becomes client. Basically client అనే వర్డ్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం కదండి. ఈ కంపెనీకి ఇతను ఏమవుతాడు, ఇప్పుడు క్లయింట్ అవుతాడు. క్లయింట్. ఓకే, సో క్లయింట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ మనం తీసుకొని మనం ఏదైతే ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ బిల్డ్ చేస్తాడో ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ మన రిసోర్సెస్ బిల్డ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో AWS and AWS and ఏదైతే మన వెబ్సైట్ కావాలనుకుంటే మనం రౌట్ 53 సర్వీస్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తుంది, ఫైన్. బట్ దేర్ ఇస్ అన్ అదర్ ఆప్షన్ to obtain a website. There is an other option as well, that is third party vendor Godaddy. So either you can buy your website from the AWS Route 53, or else you can buy your website from the third party vendor called Godaddy. So Godaddy is most popular domain provider, website provider. So I'll explain this as well. So how we will purchase the website in Godaddy and how we will configure and integrate it with the AWS, we'll discuss now. Before that, I just wanted to log into this. Yeah. So I already have an account. So I'll just sign in here. Sign in, okay. I'll give my ID. Fine. So I just logged into this third party vendor godaddy.com. Here also similar to AWS. Here also you can purchase the website in a similar way. Okay. So out of this dashboard, here in the search icon, search using your business name or desired domain name. So similarly, I'll just search for that here, men's fashion. Yeah. I'll just search it. Let's see, it will go fetch, and whether it is available or not, we'll check. Yeah, see here. So here also they'll just provide you the domain. If it is there, you can buy from there. And here you can see they are also suggesting some other names where it will be cheaper than the actual one. Okay, you see the pricing is very low here, left side, right side here. So when compared to AWS, sometimes you can go with Godaddy as well, because the pricings will be some cheaper than AWS. So not only this, you can search for anything. So it will just for the domain. So if you see here, this particular name has been already taken. Okay, so this domain already taken, it seems. So instead of that, they are providing this one. Simple. What is the process? If you want that, you can just click on that, add to cart, and check out and pay. It will route to the payment. You can pay from there. So that's how you will buy the domain. Now how we will configure? So it is you do this as a mini project, okay? So end-to-end project. So how we will configure the EC2? We can route it to the EC2 and load balancer and Route 53. Okay, this is a mini project. So if you learn this, you will be in real time also. You will be getting some similar request to configure this. So initially, what we need to do, we need to launch an EC2 instance. Okay, so let's do that practically. Let me launch an instance. I'll give the name as web server. I'll go with the default options. Okay. So initially, where we will configure the website? In the EC2 only. So all the code related things already we have learned how to install Apache web server and configure the code inside the particular path. Sometimes they will be asking what is the path for the Apache. Okay, in recent times I have just one of the interviewer asked what is the path for the Apache. What it is? cd var www HTML. So that path will be configure the website content. So in the similar way, Amazon.com also, whatever the requirements they want, they will be requesting for the architect, so that the developers will develop. This is the front end. Whatever you are seeing, this is front end. So developers will be developing this particular content. So here in our case, whatever the clothes, so we are treating this as some clothes related, right? So all kids, women's, men's, all those requirements will be taken, and the website will be built accordingly. Login. So these are access. Let me delete them. Access sessions are there. I log into the instance. I give my key pair. So this server is Amazon Linux. So what is the username? EC2-user. Just login, and I will be switching to the root user. So now we will install the Apache quickly. server. This is used for configuring the website. This is the software. You can just download it. Okay. Once it is downloaded, you can check the status. System CTL status HTTPD. So currently it is in inactive mode. Okay, it is in dead mode. Let us restart it or start it. Okay. So if you see here, currently it is in running mode. Okay. So let's test whether this is working or not in the browser. And before checking, you need to check the security group, right? Whether HTTP port is added or not. So currently we are not able to access that website instance. Okay, so Apache. So let me go to the inbound rules and add the HTTP rule. HTTP basically allows you to access the web. Over the web you can access the websites. For that, this is the code you need to use. Just refresh it. So what it is telling, it works. So basically by default when you install it, it tells it as it works. But further what we need to do, we need to configure the path. Now we'll go to the path cd where www.html. Here we'll create a file index.html and give this is some, as of now we are not configuring any code inside, but real-time developers will be writing the code in this particular path. But now we need to assume this particular content as a website. Okay, so let's restart the service once again. Okay, we'll start the service and we'll go to this particular path. Yeah, I'll just replace this. See here, this is the main splash. Currently this is fine. Until here this is fine. Now your website is working fine, but we can't give everyone, we can't give this particular IP, right? So we will not tell that everyone will 13.233.160.91. we can't tell everyone that, ask them to access my website, this is my IP. So instead of that, we need to resolve this IP to the website. We need to resolve the IP to the website name. Okay, so what you have done, you have created the EC2 instance, and in Route 53 you have created some website name. Okay, this is EC2, this is Route 53. Now you are having some IP. We call it as endpoint, right? Basically we call that endpoint. So EC2 endpoint you can treat IP, and Route 53 is having some website name. Whatever you have purchased, that website name Route 53 is having. Now how to integrate with this? So instead of giving IP, we can give the website. So we need to integrate this particular EC2 to the Route 53. We need to configure that mapping. That integration we need to do. So that what happens, instead of giving IP, you can give your website name to the end users, and you can do marketing for your website. Okay, so let's see that. Now EC2 part, that is done. EC2 part configuration is done. We'll configure this Route 53. Before that, in the Route 53, as of now, I'll be charged with respect to the AWS. Okay, if I just go here and search for the website, sorry, the dashboard, I can search for the domain name or website name, and I can buy here. But already I'm having a website name in the Godaddy. Okay, so in Godaddy I'm having some website name. Let me show you that. I have purchased one website from here, website name from here. So I'll integrate with the AWS. So this is the one, AWS Cloud Computing.xyz. This domain I have purchased. So instead of buying the domain from here, I will integrate this Godaddy website to the AWS. Okay, how can we integrate? Just I'll go here, manage, click on DNS. In DNS you will be finding the name servers. Okay, after clicking the DNS, here you can find the name servers. So name servers are nothing but they are the backend, the traffic. The backend, they will be routing all the traffic to the website. Okay, so these name servers are important. So first of all, we need to create a hosted zone in Route 53. Okay, so in Route 53, create a hosted zone. So in hosted zone, basically whenever we create a hosted zone, from the AWS end you will be automatically getting the name servers. Okay, so for getting the name servers, we will create the hosted zone here. So create. So what is my domain? It's men's fashion, right? But I'm not using that. Whatever the domain I'm having, I'll just give here. Okay, so this is my domain. I'm giving the domain here, and just create it. If you want, you can give description, and this will be public only, and create the hosted zone. Okay, so whenever you create the hosted zone, here you will be getting the name server and SOU. These are the records. Okay, so now let me expand it. So if you see record type, it is NS name server. So you will be creating, whenever you create a hosted zone, you will be having some domain name over there. So yeah, so this is the hosted name we are created. We just created this hosted zone, and if you see here, you will be having the name servers. But these name servers are created by AWS. But the domain name which you are pointing here, it is from Godaddy, right? So we need to configure the name servers with respect to the domain. Okay, so ఈ domain కి మనం ఏవైతే ఈ డొమైన్ సంబంధించిన నేమ్ సర్వర్స్ ఉంటాయో ఆ నేమ్ సర్వర్స్ మాత్రమే ఇక్కడ పెట్టాలి. ఆరెంజ్ ఇక్కడున్న ఏవైతే ఇవి ఉన్నాయి కదా ఇవి తీసుకెళ్ళి మన గోడాడీలో రిప్లేస్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ గోడాడీ నేమ్ సర్వర్స్ అండ్ దిస్ ఈస్ AWS నేమ్ సర్వర్స్. నౌ మనం ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసుకున్నాం కదా, గోడాడీకి తెలియాలి, మనం గోడాడీ వెబ్సైట్ నేమ్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి ఆ గోడాడీకి తెలియాలి నేమ్ సర్వర్స్. ఓకే, సో అందుకోసం మనం ఇక్కడ ఈ నేమ్ సర్వర్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా ఇక్కడ ఇవి తీసుకెళ్ళి మనం రిప్లేస్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, వీ నీడ్ టు రిమూవ్ దిస్ నేమ్ సర్వర్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ గోడాడీ. will replace them. Okay, click on change name servers. Okay, you can remove. Okay, here I am removing this one. Remove this. So I'll just paste one by one. Okay, hosted zone create chesam kada Route 53 lo ee yokka hosted zones name servers మనం అక్కడ యాడ్ చేద్దాం. Okay, so first one, so here you need to keep in mind you should not copy until dot. Okay, so if you see here until here only you need to copy, you should ignore that last dot option. Okay, ee last dot edaithe undo adi ignore cheyandi, you should not copy that, only here like this. So add name server, I'll copy the third name server. So now you have added the AWS and name servers in the Godaddy. Okay, you can cross check the name servers. Okay, 1721. So just click on save. Okay, yeah, just click on continue. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు చూడండి here Godaddy ఏదైతే నా వెబ్సైట్ ఉంది కదా ఆ వెబ్సైట్కి నాకు ఈ నేమ్ సర్వర్స్ని నేను రౌట్ చేశాను, కాన్ఫిగర్ చేశాను నేమ్ సర్వర్స్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ వీ నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ ఏ రికార్డ్. whenever you want to map this EC2 to the Route 53, you need to create a record in between them. Okay, record create chesi we need to map this particular IP to that record. Okay, so basically you will be having some records. Okay, I'll tell you what is create it. Okay, so here it will be, if you are having any subdomain in before your website, you can mention that. Okay, if you are not having subdomain, you can just leave it blank. So what is record? Okay, what is record? Record is a DNS resource record that maps a domain name to the specific resource, such as IP or else any CNAME, like that. Okay, so record అంటే ఏంటి, అది ఏం చేస్తుంది, it will map the resources. ఇప్పుడు ఈ Route 53కి మనం ఇప్పుడు IP నుంచి డొమైన్ నేమ్ పెడదాం అనుకుంటున్నాం కదా, సో record will integrate these two, EC2 and Route 53. So here we will do the mapping. Okay, so if we wanted to map, we are having different record types. Okay, a record, okay, and a records, and this is used for IPv6 address and this is used for IPv4 address. Now our instance is having IPv4 only, right? So we can choose the A record. A record basically it will make IP to resolve into the domain name. Okay, if you want to map to the IP, then you have to use the A record. So C name is nothing but it is a alias name. Okay, it will basically route your traffic to another domain name. ఓకే ఒకవేళ మీకు ఒక వేరే డొమైన్ ఉండి ఆ డొమైన్కి మ్యాప్ చేయాలి అంటే ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ ఐపీ యూ కెన్ సెలెక్ట్ సి నేమ్. సి నేమ్ మీరు సెలెక్ట్ చేశాను. ఇప్పుడు యూ కెన్ సీ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ చేంజ్డ్. ద వాల్యూ కంటెక్స్ట్ ఈస్ చేంజ్డ్ హియర్. ఇఫ్ ఐ సెలెక్ట్ ఏ it is routing to a IP. If I select C name, it is routing to another domain name. So that is C name. What is MX record? MX record is used for mail. Okay, for mail purpose, mail servers purpose. So like that you are having different. So mostly we will be mapping the A record and C name record. So what we will do, we need to do integration, right? We will just copy the IP of the server. Copy the IP, our server IP, and go to Route 53. Simple paste cheyandi. Okay. What we are doing, we are mapping our domain name to the IP. Here you will do the mapping. So you can just click on create records. So simple routing. So you are having routing policies, okay, like weighted, geolocation, okay, latency, failover, multi-value. Like this you are having the routing policy. So in that basically by default you can select the simple routing. Okay, as of now these are scenario based. We will be selecting these options, but simple routing is nothing but it is a routing policy that allows you to route traffic to a సింగిల్ రిసోర్స్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఐపీ ఇన్స్టెన్స్కి మ్యాప్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఇది యూజ్ చేస్తాము. ఓకే, లోడ్ బ్యాలెన్సర్కి డిఎన్ఎస్కి మ్యాప్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఇది యూజ్ చేస్తాము. సో ఆ రకంగా మనం చేసుకోవచ్చు అన్నమాట. సో what is weighted here? If you see what is weighted policy. So weighted routing is nothing but it is a routing policy that allows you to distribute traffic across multiple resources based on specific weights. So and here if you see the geolocation, you can select the లొకేషన్. అంటే లొకేషన్ వైజ్గా మీరు ఎక్కడైతే నియర్ బై ఉన్నారో ఆ నియర్ బై లొకేషన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటే మనకి ఆ క్వైరీస్ అయితే బ్యాక్ అండ్ నెట్వర్క్ ప్యాకెట్స్ యాక్సెస్ కానీ చాలా ఫాస్ట్గా ఉంటుంది. బట్ యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు మేక్ దిస్ కాంప్లికేట్. జస్ట్ కీప్ ద ఐపీ హియర్ అండ్ సెలెక్ట్ ద ఏ రికార్డ్ and click create records. Okay, so fine. Now if you see here, record for AWS was successfully created. Route 53 propagates your changes to all the Route 53 authoritative DNS servers within 60 seconds. So just click on view status. Okay, what we have done, we have mapped the IP to the Route 53 so that we can give the website name to end user so they can access simply. So let us wait it for some time. Okay, after some time this will be in active state and backend Route 53 will go there and it will fetch the IP and then you will be able to access. So overall context entante, if you are keeping the IP here, and you are accessing. Instead of IP, what I am telling, you can give your domain name now. Instead of giving your IP, you can keep your domain name now here. Okay. And just give your domain name so that you will be accessing the content, same content when you are seeing through IP, right? The same content you can see over the domain name. But as of now, just wait for another 5 minutes. Just now we have configured, right? So it may take some time to update all the routing policies with respect to the Godaddy and AWS. So it is in sync now. Okay, it is in sync now. Let's wait for some time and face this. So till now, any doubts? Alright. So this is how end-to-end website configuration will happen backend. Okay. All the websites which you are seeing in day-to-day, all the websites configuration will be happening like this. So now you can do this another way as well. Okay. So instead of directly mapping your EC2 to the Route 53, you can bring load balancer. Okay, you can create a load balancer and you will be getting some load balancer endpoint, right? That particular you can create a record and map it to the Route 53. Okay, so here if you come here in the hosted zones, create a record. Okay, select CNAME. What I told, CNAME is nothing but routes of traffic to the another domain name. So ikkada you can keep load balancer domain name. Okay, you can keep here domain name and just create the record. So then what happens? Under this load balancer, whatever the servers are there, it will receive the traffic accordingly. Okay. So let's say if you are having another EC2 instance and you configured the load balancer, you created a target group, and in the target group there are this instance and this instance. Instead of giving IP, you can give the load balancer endpoint to the Route 53. So end-to-end auto scaling configure chesi, you can also create auto scaling. Under this auto scaling group, there are multiple instances, for example. Okay, what this load balancer will do? Load balancer will distribute the traffic equally all the servers, so that end user ki ee yokka website access chestappudu there will be no issues for the end user. So this is the backend whole process. Let us check whether this is available or not. but this will be coming for sure. Maybe there is from backend this domain, this particular Godaddy should fetch the name servers which we have provided in the name servers. It should go to the AWS and it should verify the host names. Okay, this hosted zone name servers will take some time. So these records are the backend. Backend, what are the traffic which is routing? So these are the responsible for to get the website. I just wanted to show you this. Okay, in this session, I wanted to show you this output. It's taking some time. I'll just keep a screenshot. Once this is up, I'll give a screenshot to you and show you whether this is working or not. Any doubt? So it took some time. Uh, Now you can see the website is able to, we are able to access the website. So yeah, this is how you can map the domain name to the server and get the contact. Thanks for watching video.